following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Tonight on Live at 4.
It is a virus that causes a variety of symptoms.
A virus that has been found in other campuses across the Midwest has made its way to Macomb. News 3 spoke with a doctor who explained the case and if others should be worried.
And later, just a week after President Donald Trump authorized the U.S. bombing in Syria, another bombing today in Afghanistan, and this time bigger. We have the details on the bomb that's never been used in the battlefield until today.
And a light jacket yesterday and t-shirts and shorts today. Storm Teams 3's Devin Biggs will have your Easter weekend forecast coming up. Live at 4 starts now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
A disease that's causing students across other campuses in the Midwest to be sent home for weeks is now here at Western. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
That's right. On Tuesday, University Relations said a student at WIU has a confirmed case of the mumps. Dr. Michael Waters is the doctor at University Health Center and says the student came in complaining about pain in his jaw area.
Saw him and were pretty suspicious that he had the mumps because he was complaining of parotid pain and swelling along with some of the other symptoms. Plus he had a significant history of travel to ISU where he was in a known contact with patients there who had the mumps.
This student also has the immunization for the mumps, which is known as MMR vaccine. Dr. Waters says even with the vaccine, it doesn't mean you aren't in the clear from the virus. Mumps can be very contagious, but Dr. Waters says the students shouldn't be concerned about a major outbreak here at Western.
Hey, don't freak out. It's not the bubonic plague. You're not going to die from it. The worst thing that can happen with the mumps typically would be a case of meningitis, and that's super rare. It happens less than 1% of the time.
Now, the student here on campus that had the mumps was sent home immediately. Dr. Waters told me it takes typically 5 days for the virus to get out of your system, but it can last up to 25 days in a bigger case. Symptoms can include muscle aches, loss of appetite, swollen jaw, headaches, and low-grade fevers. If you have any of these symptoms, you cannot go directly to the BU Health Center. They ask that you call ahead of time because the health center must take precautions for the visit in order to prevent others from getting infected.
And developing international news this afternoon, for the first time, the U.S. military has used the most powerful non-nuclear bomb in its arsenal. Now, that's according to military officials who say the 22,000-pound Moab bomb was dropped in Afghanistan today. Now, they say the target was ISIS tunnels. The military is still assessing the damage. Moab, short for the mother of all bombs, was developed during the Iraq War, but officials say it has never been used in the battlefield before today.
This year, there are 3 extra days to file your taxes. April 15th is Saturday, making the business day, tax day, which is going to be the 17th. If you still need to file your taxes, don't worry. Technology's got your back. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney shows us the apps that can help you get your taxes done on time.
There is still time and technology to file your taxes. TurboTax, H&R Block, and other big box preparers have do-it-yourself apps to help you file. If you want a one-on-one accountant that you don't have to meet face-to-face, try Schwingo. You will get a price quote about how much it will cost you to file your taxes, and then we'll match you with an accountant. You could pay, review, and sign tax documents while e-filing with the app. TaxFile is another app that can match you with a licensed tax professional. Upload documents, chat, and follow your filing all through the app. Best part? The entire process to file a return takes an average of 45 minutes. While you're downloading apps, check out IRS To Go. This is the official app of the IRS, where you can check your refund status, make a payment, and find free tax prep help, making it easier for you to settle up with Uncle Sam. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
We're still looking for a tax agency to help you file your taxes. There are 4 within the Macomb area that are still accepting appointments. Take a look on your screen right now, and those are the accounting firms that you can find available here in the area.
We have an update on a story we brought to you on Tuesday. Chubby's Bar and Grill was set to reopen its new location today, but they have postponed that opening. The restaurant posted on the Facebook page that they had to postpone it due to issues with the time frame of getting equipment installed.
Now, the Student Government Association has chosen their first new leader for the next school year. SGA Senator at Large and Speaker pro tempore Patrick Quinlan has been appointed Speaker of the Senate. Quinlan was the only person nominated for the position. He says he's looking forward to the future and working with the association to help make an impact on the campus community.
So obviously make sure that the meetings run very smoothly, but I also would like to meet with all the senators at least once during the semester, that first semester that we come back in the fall, to kind of talk to them about what ideas they have for legislation that we might pass to benefit the university.
Now, voting is open on Purple Post and will end tomorrow at 4 p.m. The results will be revealed at 5 p.m. in the Union. Students are encouraged to make their voice known and vote. And of course, you can follow us on News 3's Facebook page for updates on the election.
Coming up next, WIU Athletics is planning an event to help out a local boy who's battling cancer. And we hear from the event organizers on how you can get involved.
And we continue our News 3 special report series with the story of a WIU senior who isn't letting hearing loss hold him back.
That next, but first, Jason Chauvin is in with a preview of sports. Jason.
Thanks, Redrick. Coming up later on in sports, News 3 talked to the Western Illinois head football coach, Charlie Fisher, about what the expectations are for him and his team as practice is getting ready, as spring practice is getting ready to wrap up. But before we go to break, let's send it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin, what's going on outside?
Starting to feel like summer here across Western Illinois. Temperatures in the upper 70s, maybe some 80s here across the area. Live look at that webcam showing some clouds moving in at this time. Coming up, I'll let you know when some rain can be moving in after this.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up for the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
To eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a Leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation, and I get to play the game I love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I would take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
We're continuing our News 3 special report today with the 4th story in the series.
That's right. News 3's Megan Sanchez is in the studio to tell us how one WIU senior has excelled in his program despite his disability.
Hi, Redrick and Emily. Yes, over 28 million Americans are considered deaf or hearing disabled. For WIU senior Jacob Bowen, hearing has never been the norm, but he says he doesn't feel different. In this story, you'll see Jacob sign as his interpreter speaks for him. Here's this week's edition of Overcoming Obstacles, a News 3 special report. Agriculture science major Jacob Bowen loves cattle. Farming and livestock have been his passion since high school, and being able to work with agriculture at the university level is a dream come true.
And once I got here, then I took a class with Dr. Hogue, an animal science class. And then after that semester, I just knew I wanted to focus on animal science. And so I really have a passion for that.
Coming to college was a little nerve-wracking for Jacob. His whole life he's been surrounded by people just like him, people who cannot hear.
Everybody signs, so I knew what everybody was talking about, and I feel like, that I was involved. I never felt different.
Jacob's mom, dad, and brother are all deaf. American Sign Language is his first language. Jacob is the first person in his family to get a cochlear implant. This involves surgery to put wires under the skin, and the device does the work of the damaged inner ear.
It's not only improved my learning experience, but also my communications with my interpreter, face-to-face communications.
Andy Luttrell has been Jacob's interpreter for 4 years. He says despite the challenges Jacob faces, he never lets his hearing loss hold him back.
All of his activities, even outside of school, has never slowed him down or stopped him.
At WIU, Jacob works tirelessly at Kerr Farm and the bull test station, doing chores before class and even delivering calves on his own. Jacob says Dr. Mark Hogue has been one of his biggest supporters at Western. Dr. Hogue is extremely proud of what Jacob has accomplished.
I've never heard him complain about it. I've never heard him think I've been scorned or I'm shortchanged. This kid just grabs the bull by the horns literally and gets a tremendous amount done.
Jacob is preparing to graduate in a few weeks, meaning his time with Andy will come to an end. Andy says he will truly miss the relationship they've developed.
The days of working, here at the university, some of the days are very, very long over the 4 years, and it's just really made the time go by faster. Sometimes it feels like too fast, but he's just such a good young man,
Jacob, like many seniors, is in the thick of applying for jobs, and I just wanted to say, Jacob, we want to say thank you so much for working with us. We hope you have a great future. Emily?
Megan, such a sweet story and so awesome that you learned that sign language. Now moving on, WIU Athletics is hosting a Seamus Relay next week. This event was started to honor a WIU soccer coach's son who had cancer. He passed away in 2009, so this year's event is in honor of another local cancer patient.
So we're continuing to do that, but this year we're doing it for Reed Brewer, who's a 6-year-old from Good Hope, and he was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, and it came back, so all the money is going to him.
Might have saw that story on Tuesday when Megan Sanchez interviewed Reed. Now the Seamus Relays will take place on Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Hanson Field. WIU students can participate in a 3-legged race and other events. There will be events for the kiddos too. And if you can't make it to the Seamus Relays, there's other ways you can support Reed. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. there is a benefit dinner at Diamond Dave's in Macomb. And on Saturday, April 22nd, the WIU softball team will be dedicating their game to Reed. The first pitch is at noon. For more information, you can follow Reed's journey on Team Reed on Facebook.
Some WIU students got the opportunity to have an alternate spring break experience for a good cause. Western Illinois senior Elizabeth Cash, along with a group of students, made the trip down to Memphis, Tennessee last month to help the Living Lands and Waters group remove trash from the Mississippi River. Cash says the most important part of this experience is what she and the others did for the future of the environment.
If you don't take care of the place you live, what's going to happen the next 20 years from now? Like, what's going to happen to your kids, your grandkids? Like, you have to take care of the space that's not just around you, but everywhere, because it affects not just us, it affects people that live on the Mississippi River that need that clean water. It was really fun because, like, I was down there, and every piece of plastic I picked up, I was like, I'm making a difference.
The group pulled out about 80,000 pounds of trash out of the mighty Mississippi over the week. And for Cash, she says that she would recommend their experiences to any student looking to make a change.
The only thing I regret is that I didn't know about it until I'm a senior, and you cannot go on it unless you're a student. So if you're a freshman, if you're a sophomore, like, do it. Like, it's awesome, and you can do it as many times as you want. Instead of doing, like, Florida, like, you can do Florida, that's fine. Maybe, like, next year do something else, like clean up this river or volunteer back at home, something. something that's gonna actually matter.
And according to the Living Lands and Waters website, the group has cleaned up over 9 million pounds of garbage from 23 U.S. rivers in 20 states. For more information, you can visit their website, livinglandsandwaters.org.
Another great story. Storm Team 3's Devin Biggs will tell us if the 70s and the sunny weather is going to stick around through the weekend when we come back. You're watching Live at 4.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about News 3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. News 3 has really taught me to believe in myself and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
And welcome back to Live at 4. Taking a look at our current conditions here across the region. Have a little warm front moving through, which has been the culprit for the warmer conditions here across the region today. So a lot of us were probably in shorts and t-shirts here, which is summer-like weather. So I'm not complaining, but my goodness, it's really warmed up. 76 in Macomb at this hour, 80 degrees in Quincy. So yeah, we got some 80s here across the region, and it's really starting to warm up here across the region. Very warm for this time of year. 76 to 51 has been the range here in Macomb, way above average of the 61 to 38 range that we should be at. I don't think we'll hit that record high of 87, but my goodness, it feels very warm here across the region. Our radar satellite composite showing our next little feature that will be moving in across the region. We'll have some showers and thunderstorms that will move in tonight, and basically for the rest of the week, it's going to be rather wet here across the region. We had some showers and thunderstorms that moved to the northeast and have since fizzled out. So what's going to be happening for the rest of the next few hours? We'll have that warm front will continue to slowly inch off to the north tonight, and it will continue to be the case tomorrow. We'll start getting some showers that'll be moving, maybe some rumbles of thunder as well. And also, let's take a look ahead towards Saturday. Well, we're under a little marginal risk for severe weather, so nothing to get scared of. Basically, some gusty winds, maybe some small hail, but nothing to get too worried about. The main ball game will be off to the rest in this yellow shaded region. So again, don't be worried. Just keep an eye on the weather this weekend. So futurecast for tonight will basically be in the upper 50s to low 60s area wide, and also be the case tomorrow for temperatures warming up into the low to mid, maybe in some upper 70s, 78 in Springfield and 76 in Macomb. Taking a look ahead towards our forecast for tonight, will be mostly cloudy with a low of 58. And looking ahead towards tomorrow, we'll have thunderstorms with a high of 60. And your 5-day outlook will hit 80 possibly on Saturday with thunderstorms again on Friday and Saturday. And then we'll start to cool down again as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So definitely going to be warm. Maybe get the shorts and t-shirts, but then we'll start getting close to average again by next week, Emily and Redrick.
Thank you so much, Devin. Really looking forward to that Easter weather.
Same here. Now it's time for Jason Sobin with a look in sports. Jason?
Coming up next in sports, we had some softball action here in Macomb and on the road as the Western Illinois softball team was in Mizzou taking on the Tigers in a doubleheader action. We have a recap and highlights of the Leathernecks' visit to Missouri, and the Macomb High softball team took on Monmouth Roseville yesterday in a West Central Conference clash. Highlights of that matchup are coming up right here next on Live at 4.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
My favorite thing about NEWS3 is you're constantly working with someone. If you're not going to work with someone, then your show's not going to go right. NEWS3 has really got me ready and prepared for the outside world. Traveling to do a tornado story, or if that even means traveling to Iowa to cover third graders, I get to work with some fantastic people. It wouldn't be the show that it was today without the production crew, without our anchors, without our talent. It's really a team effort, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to be here.
Welcome back to Live at 4. The Western Illinois softball team kept their road trip going as they traveled to Columbia, Missouri to square off against a Tigers team that ranked 24th in the nation on Tuesday. After falling in Game 1 10-2, in 6 innings, the Leathernecks quickly regrouped for the nightcap. In the top of the first, Western is already up 1-0, and you can make it 2-0 after Allie Compton laces an RBI single up the middle. Let's go a little bit further. Top of the second, Maggio turns on a pitch and sends it down the left field line for an RBI double. After 2 innings, the Leathernecks led it 3-1. Mizzou would answer, though, in the bottom of the third with a game-tying 2-run double in the gap by Natalie Fleming, game tied up at 3. Fast forwarding to the bottom of the fourth, Holting en route to a big night lines a base hit to left field to bring across the go-ahead run, but Kelsey Marlowe is thrown out at the plate to end the frame. Bottom of the fifth now, some small ball for Mizzou with the double steal, and it pays off as the game-tying run crosses the plate 4-4. Still tied in the top of the seventh until Holting unloads to left field for the go-ahead solo blast. 5-4, the Leathernecks lead it going into the bottom of the seventh. The Tigers down to their final strike now on a full count, but it just misses, so the bases are now loaded for Colby Romaine, when she takes advantage. She walks it off for Mizzou with the single up the middle. Mizzou fights back on its home field to win Game 2, 6-5, and sweep the doubleheader. The Leathernecks return to Summit League play this weekend, starting on Friday by playing host to IUPUI. Let's stick with softball now. The Macomb High softball team took the field against Monmouth Roseville at home yesterday in a West Central Conference clash. The pre-game coaches meeting at the plate, and check it out, there's Coach Kelly Sears. Bottom of the second inning, Haley Coker punches a single up the middle to tie the game up at 3 for Macomb. And Coker is up again now in the top of the fourth with the bases loaded, and guess what? She smacks it a grand slam over the left field fence to put Macomb in front 9-4. Look how excited she is as she rounds the bases and greets her teammates at home plate. Top of the fifth now, the Bombers getting some more insurance runs. Sophie Ritford grounds out, but an unneeded throw to third allows Lexi Skis to score, making it 12-6 Macomb lead. The Titans, in the end, would try and claw their way back as Abby Brown is able to get a double to left center, but it would not be enough as the Bombers eventually hang on to win this one 12-8. The Bombers are in action again against Camp Point Central, and first pitch is set for, I'd say about 15 minutes from now at the MHS softball field. Now let's switch gears to the football field. News 3 talked to WIU head football coach Charlie Fisher about what the expectations are for next football season after a disappointing finish.
First and foremost, we expect to win, to walk on the field. We've got, obviously, a bad taste in our mouth from the way the season ended a year ago. We were a 6-2 football team, and we're sitting there with the opportunity to win 9 games, or certainly, 7 or 8 and be a playoff team, and we stubbed our toe. We weren't able to finish the way certainly I had hoped and the way our team had hoped. So, we've got a lot of unfinished work, so to speak, and our guys are approaching it that way. They know the expectation here is to take our football program to the highest standard possible.
Now let's switch fields to the WIU paintball team. They're competing in the National Collegiate Paintball Association tournament in Kissimmee, Florida next weekend. I talked to the team president, Donald Schultz, about how big the tournament is for him and the team.
This is like our Olympics. This is the biggest show that we can get to as a collegiate team, participating against other United States collegiate teams. So this is really our biggest event ever.
Before the team competes in the 48-team field, Schultz thinks this is a good opportunity to see how they measure up against other schools.
I think this is our first stepping stone to really understand the caliber of players of which we want to become later in the future. So this is really the eye-opener. We're not going to place last. We will win points. I have faith in the 8 guys that are coming here. We have enormous talent among all of them, and we do function as a team on the field and off the field.
Schultz and the Leathernecks will hit the road in just over a week to compete in the national tournament. That's all for sports. Final word is next.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it's just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories. But yet you just get such a real-life experience here at News 3.
And before we leave you today, I think we should throw it over to Devin Biggs. Let's take one more look at that Easter forecast.
Well, I decided to do some work over the break and put a little Easter graphic in there because Sunday is Easter Sunday, and the weather actually looks perfect. We'll have some storms on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday, cutting it close, but it looks to be sunny at this point on Sunday.
You know, I am so looking forward to Easter. I know there is some sports games, though, that we have to worry about to get through for the Leathernecks first. Doubleheader tomorrow, right?
Definitely. We got that in the Lee Calhoun track invite.
Yeah, so we definitely got to get through that with that weather, but then on Sunday it looks like it's going to be gorgeous. That's all for us today.
But you can find us online all the time.
Just stay up to date with us. Search News3WIU.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Search News3WIU. And you can find us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for our award-winning program, Good Morning Macomb.
That's all from us this evening. Have a good night.